So this is now lecture 11 of the electronics course, and today we are continuing what we started last time. So this is part of the module on digital electronics. So last time we discussed the binary number system, and we did some basic arithmetic with binary numbers. We saw how to convert from the binary to the decimal system and the other way around as well, from decimal to binary. Then we introduced logic gates, not, and, nor, NAND, NOR, and XOR. And when we looked at the Boolean algebra coming from these logic gates. And then in the end, we saw how to write the output of a given logic gate in terms of the input variables and vice versa. If you're given a certain truth table involving these variables, how do you construct a logic circuit corresponding to that? So we're going to continue on this discussion today with some more digital electronics. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is arithmetic circuits. Basic question is, when you have your computer or even something much simpler like your calculator, the most basic thing, the processor which is there inside your calculator, how does it know addition or subtraction or any arithmetic operation? So of course we are going to do this for the most elementary operation, which is just addition. So we'll see how to make circuits that are called adders, an adder circuit. And this is the most basic kind of operation that you can have. Anything further that you want. Subtraction you can do as addition, as we have seen last time, in terms of 2's complements. Multiplication is just repetitive addition, and so on. So once you know how to do addition, then everything else follows from there. So we are going to construct what are called adder circuits. So the first thing that we will do now is, let's first write down what this addition arithmetic looks like in binary. You've done this before, it's just useful as repetition. So binary addition looks like this. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. So let me just put these leading zeros over here to put everything in 2 digits. So this is what my addition looks like. Now you will see that the result of the addition has 2 digits. The last digit, the least significant digit, is called the sum. And this other one is called the carry. Because it's like what you carry over to the previous column. Just like, for example, if I asked you to do 19 plus 13, then you would say 9 plus 3 is 12. So 2 comes here and 1 gets carried on the other side. So this is like the carry. So we have 2 digits, the carry and the sum. Now if you look at this as a truth table, so if I say so if I call this A and I call this B and I call this A plus B and A, B, the carry and the sum of A plus B. What does this look like to you? If you just look at this carry column, you will notice that the output of this looks exactly like an AND gate, because 1 and 1 is 1 and everything else is giving you 0. Similarly, if you observe what this sum column looks like, this is exactly the output of an XOR gate, because it's 1 only when exactly one of the two inputs is 1, otherwise it becomes 0. So the carry is always AND and the sum is always XOR. So what I can do is I can now draw a logical circuit like this. So if I want to add the numbers A and B, then you might want to pass them through an AND gate, and this gives you the carry. But you might also want to pass them through an XOR gate, and this gives you the sum. So you get the two bits, the sum bit and the carry bit, and this is how you can add the two numbers. So this circuit that we have drawn over here is called the half adder circuit. Why it's called half adder, we will come to, that's just the next thing that we are going to discuss. But this is the half adder circuit, and if you ever want to add any two bits, 0 and 1 in any kind of combination, this is the circuit that you're going to use. Now in reality, it is not sufficient just to add two bits to each other. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to do 9 plus 3. So I know that the answer is going to be 12 in the end. Let's look at this in Boolean form. 9 in Boolean is 1, 0, 0, 1. 3 in Boolean is 1, 0, 1. No, sorry. 3 in Boolean is 1, 1. So let's try to do this addition. So 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. So I put 0 over here and there's a carry of 1. Then again 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1, 0. So again 0 carry 1. Then 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And you will see that 1, 1, 0, 0 is exactly 12. So the addition works out. The point that I want to make over here is that we only wanted to add two numbers. No? We wanted to add A and B. So bit by bit. So this is A and this is B. That's all right. In the next step, this is A, this is B, but that is not sufficient. We also have to take care of one carry bit. So if you want to make what is called a full adder circuit, you need to be able to add three things together, not just two, because you want to add your two operands on which you are doing the addition operation, but there is also one carry bit that you need to take care of. So the full adder is something that will require a sum of three things. So let's draw the truth table for that. So A, B, and this is the C. So let's call this C. And when we add these together, again we will get some A plus B plus C, which will contain its own sum bit and its own carry bit. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So what happens when you add zeros? You get 0. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is just 1. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is also 1. 0 plus 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. 1, 0, 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1, 0. 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 1, 0. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1 1. So this gives you the truth table for what happens when you are adding 3 bits A, B and C. What does now last time for the half adder we noticed that the carry bit was given by AND, the sum bit was given by XOR. What can we say about this? If you look at the sum bit, this is once again given by XOR, but with 3 inputs A, B and C. Just to remind you, you can also have logic gates taking multiple inputs at a time. For an XOR gate, multiple inputs will give you an output of 1 if an odd number of inputs are 1. So you will notice over here all of the cases where there is odd number of 1s. So this has 1 1s, this has 1 1s, this has 1 1s, this has 3 1s. Oops, that is not very visible. Better. 1 1 1 1 1 1 and this has 3 1s. So in all of these cases your sum bit is giving you 1. In all the other cases your sum bit gives you 0. So this is exactly what you expect from an XOR gate. So the output of the sum bit is a 3 input XOR. What about the carry bit? What is happening over here? This is a little complicated. So why don't we use our old method that we discussed last time using Carnot's table. So let's construct Carnot's table for this carry bit. So I'll put AB over here and C over here. C can be either 0 or 1. AB can be 0, 0, 0, 1. Mind the order 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. 0, 0, 0 gives me 0. 0, 0, 1 gives me 0. 0, 1, 0 gives me 0. 0, 1, 1 gives me 1. 1, 1, 0, 0 gives me 0. 1, 0, 1 gives me 1. 1, 1, 0 gives me 1. 1, 1, 1 also gives me 1. What's the next step? Next step is to try and find groups of 2 which have 1s in them. So this is going to be a little annoying. So we'll take this set of 2, but this one is also left out. So we'll take this set of 2 and we will take this set of 2. So that way we have taken care of all 3 of them. So let's do one at a time. So this green box that I have drawn over here, what is common to these elements over here? A and B are both 1. That is all. C doesn't matter. And if either of A or B are 0, then that doesn't matter. Then you get a 0. So for the green ellipse, the relevant term is A and B. It's only when A and B are both 1 that you will get a 1. What about the purple ellipse that I have drawn over here? This one. Over here you will see C has to be equal to 1 and A has to be equal to 1. B doesn't matter. So this one is given by A and C. And then let's look at this cyan ellipse. What do you say about that? You can say that C has to be 1 and B has to be 1. A doesn't matter. So that is going to be B dot C. That's it. We've taken care of all of our ellipses. So this is your carry. So carry is A dot B. Let me write it in white. A and B plus A and C. A and B or A and C or B and C. So this is the carry. So we have determined that the sum is a 3-input XOR and the carry is given by this particular logical expression. So now we are ready to construct our full adder circuit. So you take 3 inputs A, B, C. The carry, the sum is just an XOR. And for the carry, you need to implement A and B, A and C, B and C, and then OR them up. So how about we do it like this? First we'll take A and B. So this is A, B, and I'll put them through an AND. Then I want to take A and C and put them through an AND. And finally B and C and put them through an AND. So this sum is A XOR B XOR C. Here we have managed to do A and B. This is A and C. This is B and C. And now we want to add them or rather OR them up. So let's put them all through an OR gate. So this is this or this or this, and this is the carry bit. So this is your circuit for a full adder. So in general, if you have any two numbers, you can send it bit by bit into this circuit. So suppose I want to add, let's take a simple example. Suppose I want to add 1, 1 plus 1, 1. So basically 3 plus 3. And I know that in the end my answer has to be 6. So in Boolean, this is going to be 1 plus 1 gives you 1, 0. And now I have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which should give me 1, 1. So 1, 1, 0. So how will I do this? So I will send an A. So these will all go as pulses over here. So whenever there is a 1, you will get a high pulse. Whenever there is, this is not a good example. Let's say I want to add 1, 0, 1 with 0, 1, 1. So this is 5 plus 3 is 8. So 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. 1 plus 1 is again 1, 0. And 1 plus 1 is again 1, 0. So you get 8. So what you will do is, when you're passing 5 over here, 5 is 1, 0, 1. So it will look like this. 1, 0, 1. 3 will look like 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 1. and the carry will go as 110. And then on the right hand side, you will see that you will get the sum in each case. So what is the sum in each case? 0 over here, 0 over here, 0 over here. The carry that you will get will be 110. And it is this carry which will be fed back into your C. So that is how you will implement a full adder circuit and do additions. This is the most basic building block in any kind of processor. This is how any arithmetic operation is done in an electronic circuit.